welcome everybody to Eternal Mooncast, a streaming show all about deep dives into all things Sailor Moon and magical girls. From fan theories to hidden lore to full character studies, we cover everything magical in the Mooniverse. I'm your host, Michi, and with me this month is a bunch of our co-hosts. Monica, Rizuki, fancyduckie are all here, and along for the ride is Julia, who you might know from Bishosha Sachi Summer Party Patreon reactions.
From such color commentary as hating Mamoru.
I mean, big mood.
Before we dive into this month's show, a quick Mooney disclaimer. We would like to remind everyone that these are just our personal opinions. We do not in any way represent Toei or the Sailor Moon intellectual property. We just really like to talk about Sailor Moon and hating on Mamoru specifically.
Because he sucks.
And for tonight, we also want to put in there that we do not represent Sony or anything like that.
For tonight's topic, we'll be talking about Kpop Demon Hunters group HUNTR and talking about them as a modern-day magical girl group.
Yeah, so hello everybody in the chat. We want to tell everybody that this is going to be spoilers for Kpop Demon Hunters.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to spoil
So
the
many
entire
spoilers.
movie.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the plot, and we're going to talk about the characters, and we're going to reveal stuff that happens. So if you haven't seen it, buyer beware. Yeah.
I mean, it's
know
still really
We
good.
love you.
You still should watch it.
We
but
still
like,
should very much watch it. I want to toss out there for anyone watching this now or anyone watching this in post, there will be a lot of like thoughts and opinions and headcanons and just things going on. You don't have to agree. You can have your own thoughts and comments and opinions, and please share them with us so we can discuss. Discussion.
Yeah.
Open discussion.
Healthy debate.
Happy open discussion.
there will
Good.
be no advocating for the devil here.
Yeah. No. I mean, there will be advocating for the literal devil from hell, but like...
There will be advocating for that one demon guy. All right, wood. We're just going to get that one out of the way.
All right, so why don't we get started with a summary of Kpop Demon Hunters? And this is just going to be just a quick summary for those who are like, listen, I just don't care. I do not want to watch it. I want to watch you guys. But
Yeah.
So Ducky said that she would do a summary for us.
I sure did.
I'm so
I-
excited.
I love that you like said that this was going to be quick. I love you so much.
I love
All
you
right.
too.
I mean, like, I
Let's
think I
get
can sum
into
it
it,
up in like a
kids.
sentence if you wanted a fast one, and then let Ducky explain more. It's what it says on the tin. It's about a K-pop band whose job is also fighting demons, but it turns out it's a bit more complicated than that when one of the members learns something about her identity.
Yeah.
Hijinks ensue. If
It's a
that's-
musical that
it's
uses K-pop.
Yeah, it's a musical. It's also a musical that uses K-pop. That's the story. So if that makes you interested, go watch it because it's real good. Now, feel free to go ruin the plot for everybody.
All right.
Okay, here's your unhinged Ducky summary.
Oh, wait, let me
All right. So
wait,
back in the way back when, back in time,
Ready?
a long time ago, not in a galaxy far, far away, demons were preying upon humans, feeding on their little souls to give to the devil himself, Guima, who just looks like what I think like Calcifer in his head thinks he looks like from Howl's Moving Castle. Like this is what Calcifer like sees himself as like Chihuahua seeing himself as like a Doberman. Anyway, except there was a girl group. They were amazing. They were like, not 2-day demons. No, thank you. We are going to sing a song and do cool things and seal you away. Goodbye. Peace. And then ever since then, there was like a trio of lady folk that rose under the cover of girl groups. Excellent export to seal away these demons in a magic barrier called the Hanmoon. So every generation, there's a new trio. And then in the present day, we have our girls, Huntrix, who are comprised of Rumi, Mira, and Zoe. And they are demon hunters under the guidance of Celine, who is like the early 2000s, late 90s girly pop, whose bestie, Rumi's mom, dying. She dies. Anyway, it was sad. Except, oopsie poopsie, she fell in love with a demon. So now Rumi's half demon, but we can't tell nobody. Because that's bad. Demons are bad. So yeah, they're a K-pop girly group. They're doing their thing. They're gonna release their new little single. Except Rumi keeps like beefing it on her high note because oh no, I'm a demon and I haven't told people and it's taking away my voice because I can't tell them. But yeah, anywho, Celine told Rumi, like, if you can make the home golden instead of just pink, then your demon marks will disappear. Your heritage will be gone, and you won't have to tell your 2 best friends that you've been training with since you were 10 that you're half demon. Because you gotta hide that, because that's bad. Anyway, back in hell, there's like a boy band, because of course, led by our Mamo / K-pop Kylo, is like, hey, the literal devil from hell himself, what if we made a boy band to like suck the souls of the people? Because if it's good enough for the girlies, it should be good enough for the demons. And Guima's like, all right. Somehow we have managed to convince like 4 other demon boys to like do this and like styled them and everything. Like I need like the backstory to them anyway. So they pop up, they like do the thing where they like knock into the girly pops and they're like, oh, I'm so handsome, except I'm so rude. And then they like steal their thunder and start stealing all of their fans, and it's big sad for everybody, and we have much conflict, such wow. And then Ginu discovers that Rumi is like part demon in like a battle after a point. Yeah, there's a soda pop song, which is admittedly very catchy. Like I probably would have sold my soul to the literal devil from hell for that song. Like it's good shit, man.
Oh, don't worry, we're listening to it later.
Excellent. So yeah, like Rumi gets cut in like one of the fights, and then Ginu's like, oh my god, you're half demon, and let me gaslight gatekeep boy boss, I guess. I know how you feel because I'm a demon too, and like you're hiding things. Ooh woo, you should tell your homies. Do they know? I'm gonna be a jerko, but I'm gonna send a really cool cat and a cute little magpie about it, because reasons. I love Derpy Tiger so much. Anyway, so Zoe and Mira, unbeknownst to this burgeoning freaking Raylo romance, are like, we gotta write a takedown song. Heck, these Saja boys, they suck. They're terrible. It's their root, and they're demons. So they start like comprising their like their what's the word? The diss track, and Rumi's like, I don't know, maybe demons are.
It's literally called Takedown.
Yeah.
That's literally the name of the song.
Yeah. Like, maybe demons are people too. Ooh woo. Then we find out like Ginu's like tragic backstory of like, oh no, I was poor and my family was starving, and then the devil himself was like, hey, I can give you like a sexy voice, and then you can like go play for the palace, and he uses that to like get closer to Rumi. I don't anyway. And Rumi's like, hey, what if we like did the Golden Hanmoon during the Idol Awards, and then you could be free from the literal devil from hell, because like all the demons will be, you know, in hell under the barrier. So like just throw the contest, bruh. And he's like, I'll think about it after flying through the air with a cute little love song for you with my cat and my magpie. Except then the literal devil from hell, and it's like, binge, you fucking thought. Did you think that I was not seeing, that I was not listening? But Rumi does not see this. So they go to the Idol Awards, things happen, they start playing like the other song, the takedown song, and she's like, oh no, except her besties have been replaced by demons, and then they reveal that she is half demon because the demon people, they have like her stripes, and then the real homies like come out to try to rescue her when they realize what's up, and then they're like, oh my god, you're half demon and you didn't tell us what the actual flying heck. And then they're big mad, and the group breaks up, and then the Saja boys, dude, they're like big, hey, we're summoning the whole world to our concert, 2 features to hell.
It's
And
the
then
best
Rumi's
villain
like,
song.
It is. And then Zoe and Mira are like also drawn into this, along with their like super cute manager. Like, I love him so much. I would die for him. It's very sad. Anyway, Rumi's like, actually, no more shame. I'm gonna sing a song, and I'm gonna get the girls back, and we're gonna fight, and we're gonna make the Hanmoon whole again. Heck yeah, power friendship, let's go. So they like break Zoe and Mira out of their little trancey trance. We fight the Saja boys. We fight the literal devil himself. Ginu does a Kylo Ren, sacrifices himself and his little soul so that Rumi can get the killing blow on Guima. The Hanmoon is restored. Life is peaceful. The end.
Beautiful.
We are all silly. That was great, Ducky.
Thank you. We got the popcorn out for it.
I know. I was watching you two were just like eating popcorn as Ducky was going. Oh my god. So let's talk about then the magical girl elements that we saw.
You were really fired up about this. So where do you want to open with the magical girl comparison? What was the thing that made you go, I want to do this episode?
Yeah.
Because the ending reminded me of The Power of Love so hard.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
so damn hard.
Comment was like the perfect segue for this, genuinely.
Pause warning. We're gonna pause it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna analyze it. We're gonna discuss it. So let's get into it. So this is what it sounds like, a song clip.
Like, I love both of them, but
He can only wear one
you
shirt.
can only wear one shirt
Yeah.
at a time.
You gotta get like one of them split jerseys.
But that to me just felt so wonderfully, happily magical girl. That was just justice for Bobby. Bobby is Molly. Bobby
Yeah.
is Molly.
Bobby
of
is
the
so
universe.
Molly.
Bobby is so Molly coded it hurts.
Yeah.
Completely gets forgotten.
She's like, I don't know what's going on, but I support you.
Right? Like, can't you hear Molly being like, well, Serena, I don't know if they're demons, but
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. My mom's is acting real weird.
all right. So, but what did you all think of this?
So for me, there was a bunch of parallels. But each time I've watched it, like now, even same thing. Like when Jinyu sacrifices himself and her weapon upgrades, it just makes me think, like, for just gonna speak solely on Sailor Moon for a second. It makes me think about in the S season when Mamoru helps her get the power up to get the new wand, or like in
Oh, I'm
other-
sorry. Can we call it by its
I'm
true
sorry. What go please. What is it? The rod of love. The
Rod of
love.
Like,
We need to call it by its government name.
I'm sorry. The hang glider made me forget, but I'll never let it go. But so like I saw that when Ira and Zoe had like the light on their chests, it reminds me there's this particular art. I think it's in an art book or like in the act cover for the manga where you see all of the Eternal Senshi with their chests glowing. That's what it makes me think of when you see all like the fans and everybody it's the Rod of Love. Anyway, when you see all like the fans and everybody like giving like helping like giving their like support and everything, like the fans and all of that, it makes me think of the Supers movie or like the end of Supers when Chibiusa is asking everyone like to please like your children's dreams, please believe in the dreams of children, or when she's trying to like get all the children to wake up. It's giving so many parallels, and those are just a few I'm going to mention, otherwise we'll keep going. But there's just so many parallels there to like weapon upgrades and outfit upgrades, and just everything is just so many different homages to so many magical girls throughout the years, and I think that's fabulous. I think it's impossible to not look at that and not see it as a modern magical girl moment.
I am so with you.
It's also like really interesting to note like how much everything in this movie was done with such intentionality. Like not just in like the cool things that we see, but also just in the way that everything is like handled is really well. Is done really well. Is everything is like, again, like it's done with like the utmost care, and I think that's really interesting, or like very thoughtfully like presented to you in a way that isn't flashy and isn't like super in your face. So especially on like a second watch, you notice things that you don't the first time. And the thing that I most noticed in that scene was like when everybody gets their magical girl transformation, like everybody gets the new outfits, and Rumi, who has like traditionally like up until this point been seen in a lot of like big jackets and a lot of like things that like really cover her, so like her marks aren't showing. She's basically like her outfit stays mostly the same because it's like she's like, okay, well I'm not hiding anymore. Like I want everyone to see like the everything that I am, and that's really important to me. And it's also really like harkens back to everybody else's outfits in the beginning, where they're very like, oh, well, her friends are very open and honest about who they are, and that's kind of how they got to this point. Where Rumi has been like, we're just gonna suppress we're just gonna stick all that down, and it's gonna be fine. And it really like talks about like Rumi's journey of like coming to terms with herself, and that's a really big part of it. And it's also why a lot of people have been like, oh, this is a queer narrative, or this is a trans narrative, because she's really comfortable in her own skin. And honestly, if you listen to Golden, it's like, oh, it's not subtle about that. But that's if you like really listen to the lyrics, because the first time you're like, oh, cool, it's about being open and all that. And then you like really listen to it, and she's like talking about how everybody will finally see that like she's the girl she's been presenting as. And I was like, that's very defensive of you, Rumi. But like really, and it's really interesting, and especially like, I'm gonna go back to the costumes that everybody gets like their little magical girl transformations kind of at the end, where both Zoe and Mira get like what kind of looks like they kind of have the jackets instead because they have them. Yeah. And also they get like these big pauldrons like armor, and it's really interesting, and I really like that. I care about it so much.
That's why we wanted to be on this episode.
Yeah, well, also her marks turned from purple to rainbow, which is
it's like that iridescent.
And it's in their outfits too. To match her. That just makes me feel all like warm and fuzzy in my deep, dark, cold heart.
Yeah. Well, there's all kinds of like little nods to that, and obviously it's made by people who are more familiar with Korean culture than my white ass is. But like, there's a lot of like little things in that, and I'll probably be like sporadically being like, hey, here's a thing I learned when we get into that bit. But like a lot of it's done like so nicely, and so like even thoughtfulness with like the times. Like there's that like little scene where they have all of the previous like magical girl trios shown, and like the fashion history in that alone is interesting. There's a creator that I watch called Taipei Queen, and like, yeah. And they were really excited to talk about it, and I was like, ooh, that's so crunchy. And I got really excited about it, and I like fashion history a lot, so like I was like, oh my god. So I was really excited. Hi. So that's what I'm going to be yelling about every time we cut to like a bit where it's like, oh, hey, we saw a person in an outfit. I'm like, do you want to know about it?
All right, so the final This Is What It Sounds Like was a really good place for us to kick off like this magical girl theme. There's so many good songs in this. Do we have any other really good examples of a track where we think the magical girl theme is really prevalent?
Oh, but I want to go over the origin story.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's look at the fashion. Really interesting because like Rumi's the only one that's a legacy.
Yeah.
And like I'm like, is that always how it is? And we don't know. And like we're like we as the audience are also not told what the tree means, and I'm assuming that's something to do with Korean folklore, but I have no idea what it is. And they don't ever explain what the tree's for. They're just like, yep, she's just always by this tree. It's very spiritual. Don't worry about it. And you're like, okay.
All right. So did any other thoughts on the opening scene?
Like, if you want to hear more about it, I highly recommend going to see Taipei Queen's video about it, who's a really cool drag artist who also, like, again, really likes fashion history. So it was like, here's all the information on that. Yeah. And I think they do a way better job than I would.
While we're doing the magical girl comparisons, I think that, like, plenty of magical girls stories. I mean, like, plenty of hero stories, but since we're talking about this genre in particular, have an episode or a bit where it's like, in the past, this bad thing happened, and so therefore our protagonists are the legacy, protecting the world continuously from this threat that was also a threat being sealed away forever and is now coming back, or, you know, the protagonists have to do some sort of ritual in order to accomplish their magical goal, is pretty consistent across a lot of the genre. Yeah. And so, like, if we're making this comparison, we have a similar setup for our protagonists in this film as we do in other magical girl things, where we have a legacy of evil and the problem in the present, which instead of, I do think it's interesting that Kpop Demon Hunters isn't like Guima is coming back. It's that they have to make the Hunmoon strong enough to keep Guima, like, sealed away forever, right? This is not a case of evil returning to the world. This is a case of our protagonists having to finalize the goal, which I think is interesting. I think it's a very different approach to the typical way that's set.
Yeah, it's almost like how this isn't like magical girl, but like that aspect of it reminds me of like Skyward Sword and Zelda, where it's like, okay, like we know Ganon's like just gonna be here all the ding dang time. We just gotta like make sure this seal remains strong. And that's kind of your goal at the end of that game, where like this is kind of the same thing of like Yima is still going to like be vibing in hell, and like I think like it seems like Golden Honmoon is like not like it feels like it's like, okay, we gotta like refresh this seal every generation sort of a thing. Like even if it was gold, like I feel like that would like wear off over time or something, where it's just kind of like this never-ending battle, which is similar to like Sailor Moon and Chaos. Also, I'm so sorry if y'all can hear Vex hollering. It's like kind of that like end bit of like, I'm still gonna just keep fighting Chaos because I like my homies and I would like to keep my homies. Thank you. Be taking these back now. But yeah, also like the legacy bit with like Rumi and Zoe and Mira, like it feels very like I know that the rest of the girlies are like technically they're like reincarnations, what have you, but like Usagi, it feels more like, okay, this is your one true destiny. You were born for this, in a way that like the other girls don't necessarily, like what would have happened if they had never awakened.
I agree.
We got some fun comments. Ura says,
Yeah.
can we get the director's cut? AKA, this movie was supposed to be
Yeah.
What?
3 hours long.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be 3
I would have
hours.
been so much happier with
And then
that.
it got
I would have
cut down.
gladly watched 3 hours of
I
this.
mean, you never know.
Like that's really fascinating because sometimes movies that are cut down to that size come across poorly. Like they come across like things are missing, and I did not think anything was missing from this movie. So whoever cut that down did an unbelievably good job.
There were moments where like I felt it was excusable and like you could move on and like not whatever, but there were moments that I felt weren't fleshed out the way they could have been, or details that I felt like, hey, we never came back to this, but like nothing major, nothing that would like damage the plot or anything like that. But that as someone that like always write, like I like writing a lot, and I like writing things that like no one asked for this, but I want to know this.
The appendix.
The appendix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want a Silmarillion.
Yeah.
So because of that, I like, not that I could tell because I didn't know that until way after I saw it. But when I was informed about the 3 hour thing, I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm not just being my usual, I need more self. There was something that was supposed to probably be there. Okay, cool. So, I mean, I'm hoping that with the obvious popularity, like there's no way they don't know this was loved. So I'm hoping that they will release a director's cut as a result of how popular it is, how it's still on the top of the Billboard charts and everything. Like I'm hoping we get that, because I would love to know what else was there that we didn't get.
Did we have more song back and forths? I would love to know.
Apparently multiple songs were cut out. Very
I
upsetting.
mean, not surprised, but like hopeful that eventually they'll be like, oh, yeah, well, here you go.
Yeah, like please,
We would like more money.
Please give it to us. Like, it's been how many years since Hamilton came out? 10, something like that. And I'm still so mad that Congratulations was cut from the main show, because that is a freaking banger. Anyway, yeah, like I felt like it gave very manga Sailor Moon of like, okay, Rumi and Ginu get like all of the character development, and like Zoe and Mira are also here, and like you get like a couple of character beats, but like not like I want their trauma. I wanna look at it.
It would have made the bit where they kind of have that insecurity take over make like
Yeah.
hit harder if we had gotten a little bit more background on it. But I'm also like, wow, I hope the extra stuff wasn't like more Ginu Rumi romance stuff, because I think the amount they had was perfect. And I really liked that they were like, oh no, he's not gonna get saved in this in the way that like he's going to live and be fine. Like, no, he's doing his penance. Like this is what he gets. Like the best reward he could have in this situation is to die, and to die in a way that where he's like, okay, well, my soul is saved, kind of a situation, and not like, oh, well, now I guess we can kiss. It's like, no.
you know,
It's not the point.
rewatching his self-sacrifice at the end. I know that we're gonna spend a fair amount of time comparing Gino to Mamoru, I think, later on throughout this. But what that scene, like, as I was watching it right on this stream, reminded me of was actually how Galaxia dies in Cosmos. It was more of a "it's so big and so bright, but it's out of my reach" moment than anything else to me.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think that's what makes it compelling.
yeah, like, she doesn't get redeemed in the manga. She gives herself up. She gives in and realizes that, like, I don't know, the power of friendship, maybe not being crazy selfish was the thing she should have done all along. And the only other option then is to die, enabling the protagonist succeed.
Yeah. Also, I felt
A lot less dying and being reborn in this, though.
this is true. Also, like, who's Rumi's dad?
Oh, good question. Then again, we never find out Usagi's dad. But some other comments I wanted to go over. Ninja Master 551 said, "I did feel like Celine and Rumi's dynamic was a little underdeveloped, but I don't have any other major criticisms."
Seems eminently fair to me.
Yeah, Celine really does not get any screen time except to be like, here's what you have to do. And then also like, well, you should just repress yourself.
I'm gonna guilt trip you.
Those are basically
about-
the two things she
Yeah.
Yeah, and then to chime off that, Lady Chapel cosplay comes in saying Celine reminds me of
Yeah.
Luna who oversees them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see a Luna
Yeah.
crossover.
Yeah, she's really judgmental and maybe a
Yeah.
little mean in some readings.
Track. Track.
And then Laura saying it felt like a burger with no
Yeah.
sauce or sides.
Like, it's good, but
Yeah.
other things could make it better.
Yeah, like, I want a pickle. Give me a pickle. I don't want just no cheeseburger. Give me a pickle. Please. Please.
If they ever release a physical copy of it, there's the potential that they'll have like some of that like
Oh,
bonus
yeah.
material in it. But I don't know if they would release that
Yeah,
on
like,
Netflix. I'm
give
not
me the
sure.
3-hour Peter Jackson cut. Please.
Yeah.
I am begging.
Please.
Typically with animated scenes, they don't get finished unless they're absolutely going in the movie. So it's not like they made, it's not like they're not like stop motion or live actors or anything.
No.
They filmed extra stuff and
They
then
might-
cut it down.
Yeah, they might have like it's also potential they have like storyboards for stuff.
Yeah. Or
That eventually they were like, we can't
I
have
will
all
take
that. And they were
final
like, oh, okay.
episode of Ava like give me my crumbs.
Give me that.
Actually, can we
Sure.
do one last thing before we move on?
Yeah.
This is what it sounds like. Okay.
Okay.
This is my hear me out because I know Rizuki has a hear me
Listening.
out too.
I'm concerned.
It reminds me of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic Rainbow Rocks.
I can see it.
At the ending, has anybody
I
seen
haven't,
that?
so I'll just take your word
I
for it.
haven't either. I only watched a portion of Friendship is Magic, so you have my attention because I know who you're talking about, but I never saw that.
Let me see if I can find that clip because it's really good. It's unbelievably good for
Aw.
My Little. Not that My Little Pony Friendship is Magic was bad, but it was like unbelievably well done.
Yeah. There's like whatchamacallit, for like this is what it sounds like the other piece too, like the end where like the whole audience is singing, like it just captures the feeling of like being at like a live concert with other fans so well. Like, and this is me fresh off of becoming a Stray Kids convert. Thank you, Ash and Yao. Like, I'm just coming along for the ride and to look at pretty men, and this is fine. Hello,
Oh,
I am
sorry.
large again.
Big ducky, big ducky.
Okay, so this is my. We all love big duckies, but this is my hear me out. This reminds me so much of the scene, and yes, I am saying I call My Little Pony Friendship is Magic
is.
magical girls.
It is.
Yes, I am. I gotta say it is, but this is a great scene. All right. So this is the evil group.
Welcome to the show. We're here to let you know. Our time is now. Your time is running out.
Oh my God,
Don't they look cute?
Way over them from up here. Feel the wave of sound as it crashes down. You can't turn away. We'll make you wanna stay. We will be adored. Tell us that you want us. We won't be ignored. It's time for our reward. Now you need us. Come and heed us. Nothing can stop us now.
So does it not have
Yeah.
your idol
yeah.
vibes?
Oh,
A little
100.
bit.
You know, this is a bit of a reach, but it gives me so
Oh,
much
you're allowed.
joy.
You're allowed.
It's your show, me.
The bass line on that track was sick.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I'm
I wish there
like,
was more power behind the vocals, like really bad.
Let's see how more
I've got the music in me. Don't need to hear a crowd cheering out my name. I didn't come here seeking infamy or fame. The one and only thing that I am here to bring is music, is the music, is the music in my soul. Gonna break out, set myself free, yeah. Let it all go, just let it be, yeah. Find the music in your heart, let the music make you start to set yourself apart.
So the rain booms want to turn this into a real battle of the bands? Then let's battle.
What we have in store, all we want and more. We will break on through. Now it's time to finish you.
Just so right.
yeah.
It does, actually.
Yeah.
Sunset Shimmer, we need you.
The power of friendship compels you. You must sing for your life.
I like
You're
the DJ
never
bunnies
gonna
and stuff.
bring
I
me
have to say that.
down. You're never gonna break this part of me. My friends are here to bring me around. Not singing just for popularity. We're here to let you know that we won't let it go. Our music is a bomb and it's about to blow. And you can try to fight, but we have got the light of friendship on our side. Got the music in our hearts. We're here to throw this thing apart. And together we will never
He is behind
be
them.
afraid of the dark. Here to sing our song out loud. Get you dancing with the crowd. As the music of our friendship survives, survives. Got the music
they die?
Rainbow pony beam.
Did they die?
Actually, I don't remember.
You know,
No, they're
like
they're
villains in
there.
a
They're
children's
there.
show. They
Yeah, I
just
was like,
turn
did
into
it break
dust.
the
It's no
evil
big
that
deal.
was on it? Big Ducky!
Oh my god. Okay.
But yeah, for some reason, as I was rewatching it for K-pop Demon Hunters for probably about the 21st time, I was like, what else does this remind me of? And I'm like, holy shit, this reminds me so much of Friendship is Magic Rainbow. Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, I feel like if the
see,
Shitano had
remember Oz.
taken like the Saja Boys route, they would have been like much more successful with their scheme.
I mean, in PGS Slim Zoisite
Oh my
with
God,
the
can you
piano,
imagine?
just like I must share my angst at all
Yeah.
times. Like it fits, it tracks. I think that would have been great.
They would have gotten like, I think everybody except like Ami might have like seen through it, maybe like out of the inners, but like everybody else would have been dusted. Everybody else would have been like energy.
Ami also would have
goodbye.
been like in the
Sailor
fan club.
Jupiter would have had all their merch already. Like the second they were released, she just would have been like gonna cut back to her and she would have had the light stick in her hand.
Yup.
And they would have been like, how did you get this so fast?
She knows a guy.
She'd be like, what do you mean?
Her old senpai.
Yeah, she and Venus definitely would have immediately gone down.
So do we want to talk about the Four
Yeah,
Kings
sure.
versus
Since we're already
Those
talking
Saja
about it.
Boys? Yeah.
Which would also, I guess, we could put on Soda Pop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
kind of
Soda
blend us
Pop,
into
that's
the
always a
whole-
good excuse.
If we're gonna talk about the Saja Boys, let's put on Soda Pop.
Yeah.
The song will be stuck in your head for the next 6 weeks.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Also, like, in case anyone was wondering, Sasha does mean lion. And also, Sasha is the second character in, I think, the Korean term for, like, a Grim Reaper, which is kind of what they're sort of invoking that vibe. It's not quite what they're dressed as, but it's not what they're dressed as.
Yeah.
And it's a whole thing. And I was like, oh, that was so.
Okay, but is this part? Is
Oh,
that
yeah,
episode
no.
mama coded?
That is extremely mama coded.
I couldn't help. Nope.
I wanted to
That's
let you
so
know that I
mama.
could help,
That's
but I
so
elected
mama
to
code.
not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Also, the key change.
Mm-hmm.
The key
Diabolical.
change right here, diabolical. Yeah, unnecessary. They didn't need to do that, but
No, they're stunting. They do need to. That's part
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah. No, it's literally giving like Momo with the first like 30% on the math test balled up and tossed behind. I was like, excuse me, miss, littering is bad, and also, ew, your grades suck.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's giving, and it just I was like, why does this
Apple
feel so
babies
familiar?
versus the
Oh, yeah.
industry plans.
Are you saying that demons are nepotism?
no, they're the industry plants.
Oh my god.
But Soda Pop is so good. But yeah, and then so we decided who all four kings are, and then clearly
Yeah.
Mamo is Genu. Do we want to talk about magical
Yeah,
cats?
sure. We can take a pause to talk about the critters before we get into friendship, which is going to take the rest of the session.
Yeah.
Having animal companions is very magical.
and
girls.
Though I don't know that the
Alright.
tiger is doing any sort of leading or guiding or
Listen, he's
ushering
doing
anyone
his
along on the journey.
best.
He is doing his best, it's true. I would have trusted the crow, the magpie, the corvid of some kind with his little hat.
I think
Yeah.
he's supposed to be the three-legged crow because that's
Okay.
also a thing in
Yeah.
Korean folklore. I mean, so are magpies, but like I think specifically Genu calls him a crow
Okay.
when he's like the crow keeps stealing the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made it for
So-
the tiger. The crow keeps stealing it.
He's not a crow though, because he's got like white on his wings. He's a magpie. Like,
Well, he's also got 6 eyes. I don't really think that's applicable.
yeah. But yeah, Sussy the crow magpie creature. He like, there's like this common thing in Korean folklore. Like, there's like derpy tiger is meant to like represent the like bourgeoisie, and then like the magpie is supposed to like represent the common man. So like.
Oh, and Genu
These
being a
mysterious-
statesman coded kind of fits
Yes.
right in between them. Okay.
Yeah, so like he's supposed to have his little got hat, but like the magpie keeps stealing it because he's being a little shit. And like I kind of love that because it like very much mirrors like, hello, literal demon king of hell. Like, I'm gonna make a boy band and I'm gonna like ruin all your plans. But also I fucking love that tiger so much. Like, Derpy Tiger could do terrible things and I would be like, no, that boy did not do anything wrong. Actually, he is the best. I would perish him. He's so good, and I love the silly little magpie. Also, like every, like a lot of East Asian cultures have like the like, look at him, look at this perfect little man, look at this beautiful boy. I love him.
I love how like the hat is so
Yes,
perfectly
exactly.
fitted.
And like imagine that on Derpy Tiger, like how silly it would look, because it's gonna be so small for his little noggin.
I feel like he made it for him when he was a baby tiger.
He could simply make the tiger another hat, but he just is like, nah, I made one. I'm not doing it another time.
I ain't
That's
doing
it.
this again.
That's really interesting.
I want you all to consider that he made a tiny hat for the tiger on purpose.
Yeah.
Yes, but again, he could make a second hat because he knows that the little guy always wants to take it. So he could have just been like, you know what, buddy, that is for you. You're right.
Yeah.
And made the tiger another hat.
It's funnier this way.
Yeah, it is. But there's like a lot of like Cowherd and the Weaver Girl mythology, and like the one day of the year that they're like able to come together is like through like magpies doing like their little like, okay, we're gonna form a little bridge for y'all so you can smooch for your one night that you're like legally allowed to be with your beloved, because otherwise you forget to work. And like Sussy the Crow bring them together. They are star-crossed lovers. Ooh woo. Just like Usagi and Momo.
Yeah. No, it is really cute. So this
My
is
boy.
all Derpy Tiger and Magpie scenes, Kpop Demon Hunters from Lit Hero 20. Look at that face!
I didn't
Vacant.
realize
He's
that
so
they were only in
happy.
about 2 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
So important though.
Less
Yeah,
than
yeah,
I'm
like-
at
I
57.
didn't realize there was so little of them in the movie because they're so memorable.
They really are so memorable. I love them. I thought they were like the perfect magical girl companions.
I don't know. It's also kind of like how if you watch Moana, you remember Hey Hey the most.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
it's kind of the same idea.
You're not wrong. It's a great
Yeah.
It's also
statement, but
really
you're not wrong.
interesting that I think that they are still hanging around because, like, Ginu was like, "Oh, well, here you go. Here's my soul." By the way, to Rumi, so they're still kind of like, "Hi, Rumi.
Hey, bestie.
You got our
And,
guy's
like,
soul,
Zoe
so we
has-
love this. So we're gonna hang around now."
She has like a
really
little
cute.
like a hoodie with his face on it at the end. So like presumably like
Yeah.
they're like still vibing with Rumi. Like they're just like hers now, I guess. It's like
Free
You got-
familiars.
got the Derpy Tiger and the magpie and the divorce. Like
Oh my god.
I really want to know what the in canon explanation was for the Saya boys coming on the scene and really wrecking everything and then immediately disappearing. Then
yeah.
well, we don't know. Or if
Like,
it's kind of
quite
a thing where
honestly,
they got
though,
struck
it-
with public memory.
It tracks though, because in K-pop, especially now, like how many bands have just and bye, and that's
Yeah.
that. It tracks in K-pop so hard.
Especially-
So it's. I'm honestly not shocked in the slightest that they were forgotten about instantly.
Yeah, but wouldn't there be I don't know, a Reddit thread that's where has he gone? Where has my bias gone?
Oh,
Probably. There's always
Always.
30 years later. Do you guys remember this guy? I miss him. What happened to him? So I'm sure, but I'm sure there was also at that same time, I'm sure the hype for Huntrix, but then there was probably also the next hot thing probably happened. So I wouldn't be surprised.
agreed. Derpy and
Mhm.
is it Sussy?
I don't think he has a name.
I just
That's what
That's
They've
what I
been
keep
calling
seeing
him.
when they post the merch and everything, Derpy and Sussy with the names that are shown, when you
Yeah.
go to Netflix shop.
Oh.
That's what the names you see.
They should have a series of their own Lady Chapel. You are so right. That's what they deserve.
I want 5-minute dumb episodes that have no voice acting.
Yes.
Where it's just
yes,
these two
no voice
creatures
acting
do a
whatsoever.
thing. It's
Mhm.
stupid. It's funny for 5 minutes.
Mhm.
There's no dialogue.
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Yeah. Like the shorts that like Pokemon keeps posting to their TikTok, like that. I need
Exactly like
that.
that. It could be like literally TikTok length.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Please.
That would be delightful.
Netflix, please.
I know, like, please, Netflix.
So this is gonna be weird because I don't know when it came out. I don't remember when it was when you asked if we had watched it. I don't remember when that was, but it might have been like the weekend right after it came out. Some point at
It
some
was
point,
really soon after.
at some point. You asked us like if we thought if there was any like Sailor Moon connections, and I did. But I sat there and I was like, I'm not gonna lie though. Like from the moment the movie ended, I turned to my husband and I'm like, I'm sorry. Like obviously magical girls and like I'm seeing so many different things and blah blah blah. But this is K-pop Yu Yu Hakusho Rumi is Urameshi. That's what this
You're
is.
not wrong.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Like
Mhm.
the battle like to seal the demons. We're fighting Sensui. We're trying to stop for making the demons come out. Mira and Zoe or Kurabara tied up in a cave. Like that's what's happening right now. Like that was all I was visualizing like the entire time. Yes, Sailor Moon as well, but I'm just like, okay. I fuck with it. I fuck with it completely. Like sure, Yusuke's gonna sing some K-pop, and I'm here for it.
Okay, but their fashion
They
would
are
work.
married. The
Mhm.
people who made those two properties are married.
This is true.
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, if you put a picture of the Yu Yu Hakusho boys next to some K-pop idols, the fashion is very clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ninja Master 551 says it's clear that this movie owes itself to Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, at least from an animation standpoint.
Ooh.
Oh,
So
100%.
So true, bestie.
Yeah.
I am not qualified to talk about it, but the animation is outstanding.
Absolutely.
Lady Chappell's Sony Animation was so good.
That's what happens when you pay your artists and you're like, yeah, do this cool idea, do whatever.
Yeah.
Very clearly a labor of love. When we finished watching it, I was like, this wasn't like a kids movie. I would call it like a family movie.
I think
Yeah.
you said all ages.
All ages, yeah.
Is the first way you described
Yeah,
it.
all ages, a family movie. Good for everybody. I haven't seen a family movie, an all ages movie in a long time that was this good.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Absolutely. And I don't think I said this to you guys. I don't know who I said this to, but I was recently it's very difficult for me to go to a movie theater. Nothing negative. I have to be really into a movie to go.
Same. I'm exactly the same way.
And that doesn't happen often. I'm just when something gets really popular, it's no shade to it. I'm sure it's great. I have to be mad into it in order to give it a try. And I haven't been like super mega oh my god into anything since Yuri on Ice in 2016.
Yes.
Just to put it into perspective how particular I am. Aside from Sonic the Hedgehog, that's different. That's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
But aside from that, like I haven't been into anything new. Let's put it like that. Since Yuri on Ice. So when this dropped and I turned to my husband and I'm just like, hey, I'm obsessed. It's a problem. And I'm like, I want to cosplay everyone. I want to cosplay the old ladies. I want to cosplay.
Yes.
I want to cosplay the couch. Like I want to be everybody that was in this movie.
Couch.
I want to draw things. I want to write things. I was so inspired by it and so obsessed with the soundtrack. And I'm talking to you all about it. And I have not been like this whatsoever since Yuri on Ice, aside from Sailor Moon and Sonic and like stuff I've been into my whole life. I haven't. Not since Yuri on Ice. So, damn you, Sony. I was fine. I lived a life, and now I'm screwed.
Now you just keep hearing this is what it sounds like on loop.
Mm-hmm.
I never want to hear it. I want to hear it every day. I never want to hear it again.
Oh man, I totally feel you on like I'm not big on going to the movie theater unless like I'm really into the idea because it's like there goes like 3 to 4 hours of my afternoon.
Right.
So
Yeah.
and it's not like watching something at home. Like if I have a pretty nice TV. If I put like a movie on the TV and turn the lights on or whatever, I can do something else too.
Yeah.
Like Yeah, like if we're getting ready for a con, that's hand sewing time. If I have some miniatures I want to paint, I might paint a miniature. And I like then the ADHD brain needs like two things at once in order to be satisfied. And if I can sit down and watch a movie streaming, but like in the movie theater, I'm like, I turn my phone off, and I can't really talk, can't yap through the movie.
Oh
that's rude. And and I can't bring the little toys with me. So I really, really have to be committed to the idea of sitting still for multiple hours.
Fully agreed.
Yeah.
No,
I see you,
exactly.
girl.
And like, it's like, if the thing is like good enough for me to like be sat and like have my little quiet hands and just be like completely enraptured in the thing, that's when you know is good. And like I was sat, I was noshing my popcorn, but like
yeah, I definitely was just like, oh, it has, now you have my attention. Like,
yes,
I'm a pay attention to this. It was good. It was really, really good. I don't remember what we were talking about though. I don't remember how we
You're
got
talking
here.
about Yu Yu Hakusho and
Oh
how
right,
it's
yeah.
Me making
Happen
comparisons.
to be interested.
Yeah, it's using also tropes from Battle of the Band stories. Thus,
yes,
the Equestria Girls bit we watched earlier is also Battle of the Bands trope. So like it's doing that, but K-pop, not just rock bands, right?
yeah,
And like it's part of, I think, what makes things good is when it's pulling on tropes from multiple genres. We have a little magical girl. We have Battle of the Bands. We have
Typical musical like
musicals.
structure.
Yeah, we have musical structure, and you have sort of a like.
Obviously, romance tropes too.
Yeah, romance tropes, and then you have a little bit of like almost a reality show drama because they're famous people being observed, right? Like
yes,
yeah.
Then you have people being like, "We ship them," and they're like, "The what?" We just sat next to each other, and they're like, "They're in love."
yes,
They're playing footsie under the table.
It was
oh my god,
watching
that piece of it too. Like that was so like. That was like such a love letter to fandom too, of just like, okay, y'all saw like 1 millisecond clip of a thing and you've made fan art, you've done this, you've written like all of these things, like this is like kind of echoing, I forget who had said it earlier in the chat, but like, you know, the people that grew up in like the 80s and 90s are now like making the things.
Lady Chapel said this is already a classic and it hasn't been a month yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely outstanding. Something that's gonna be good in 20 years.
Yeah.
And then Rizuki, did you have something you wanted to say?
It was kind of what Ducky was saying. It was kind of just like watching the behind the scenes of a K-pop artist, if you will. So it's like K-pop's, it's been around, but it's very, very, very popular right now. And like to be able to like watch this and kind of see the behind the scenes of shipping, the behind the scenes of the writing the music, the making the lyrics, the doing the choreography, all of that. Even the awards ceremony, it was like I was watching the Mama Awards, and like it was
Oh my god, that intro.
parallel. It was honestly, it was a Mama Award, I'm saying. But it was such a parallel. It was really cool.
You're so right. It was the Mama Awards. You're 100% on the money.
And I remember, I forget if it was, I think it was like The Atlantic or something, had done like a few articles on like the making of this that I was like reading. Like I was scouring trying to find like the significance of the weapons. So I was like, let me read every news article that has been published on this film. And then just found like KoreaTravelBlog.com. Here's your significant. Okay, cool. I found it eventually, but like a lot of the animators and like the team weren't like super into K-pop initially, apparently. So they were like, okay, like go do your research or whatever, and then they like became fans through like the production of the movie, which I thought was just like so wholesome. And also like, I don't know, like I feel like there's like such a community with K-pop in a way that there isn't with like a lot of other bands. Like there's like, you can be a fan of like, I don't know, like Bring Me the Horizon or whatever, but like there's not that like family feeling. It's just like y'all are all
don't even have
individuals
light
that have
sticks.
like, yeah.
your choice of band says something about you. Also, someone a while ago, this Ninja Master a while ago, said apparently there was a Reddit AMA where Maggie Kang, one of the directors, shot down the rumor of the 3-hour cut. So we were talking about that earlier. That apparently not true. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is possible they cut material, but a 3-hour cut is also really long.
They almost certainly
Yeah.
cut material.
Yeah.
That's just how making a movie works. There
yeah.
surely was cut material, and there's surely stuff that, like a scene that they wanted to do that maybe didn't happen or
didn't fit with the final
didn't
like
fit
cut
with
of
the
the
final
film.
cut.
Yeah.
Like, also, it was in production for like 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I'm going to choose to live in Delulu land and pretend that the
All right.
3-hour cut.
you can join the people who are like, release the Snyder cut. Release the Snyder cut of Kpop Demon Hunters.
Look, the joke for that is they released the Snyder cut. They did do that.
You know, like you said, I'm sure there's deleted all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, please share, and we can put it in the show notes.
Yeah, I just want like I just want my fry bits at the bottom of the bag. Like, please.
Well, while we're waiting for that, why don't we listen to Free? Because I finally got that ready, and we can talk
Hell
about
yeah.
the Usagi Mamo comparison and magical girl boyfriends.
Magical girl boyfriends.
It's a tough. Just one thing I just realized: Ginu dresses way too good to be Mamo.
True.
The one green blazer fit he has is really good, and then I
Yeah.
don't think any of the other ones are nearly as nice.
Yeah.
Also, right here, he's wearing like a hoodie and a jacket. I don't know that that's like super well dressed,
It's
but like
better
he just
than the
wears
Earth
it well.
shirt.
Yeah, the Earth shirt. Oh my god! But so far, like I love a song like this where they're just singing out their emotions.
Love an angsty duet here.
Very
Yeah.
musical structure here.
Yeah.
All right, so good.
Yeah, it makes me emotional.
All I can think of though is please do not let this man bring back skinny jeans.
I mean, speak for yourself. I was on the emo train.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I still like.
I still wear skinny jeans.
Yeah.
You have to
Like-
pry them from my cold dead hands.
You will pry those in my center part.
I don't wear jeans
My
anymore.
fucking side bangs.
Skinny.
No, I'm with you, Rizuki. No more jeans.
Yeah, I'm all about leggings and shorts, but when I do wear jeans, they are skinny jeans. My scene phase is still here.
Yeah.
You can't take that from me.
Back to the actual topic that we're supposed to be on. So let's talk about them as a couple versus like some of our favorite magical girl couples.
I hate them a little bit more than Usagi and Mamo.
Why?
You just like them more?
Like, I like on the one hand, Gino's actually competent. On the other hand, he's using it to be a manipulative little bitch, which I don't love in like a very Raylo sort of a way. And like, I understand intellectually why people enjoy that dynamic. It is not for me. It makes me want to puke.
Well, he's not just being manipulative. He also is like, I also don't want me to be doing what I am doing.
Yeah.
Is a big
yeah.
part of it. And him like kind of suffering through like, I kind of don't get to be my own person, but I kind of do get to be my own person around you. It's
Yeah.
like a really big, like it's the whole thing with their relationship. Like,
Yeah.
especially when like she's talking about like being part demon and he was like, wait, back up. You don't hear the big evil guy. You don't
Yeah.
hear Grima's voice at all. And she's like, what are you talking about? And he's like, what
Huh.
the fuck?
Yeah.
I want that. And also like, it's also really interesting that like Gino thinks that Guima's gonna give him anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially Guima's control over him, which is
Right.
insane. I'm like,
Yeah.
what makes you think he's gonna give that to you? He won't.
What could that be a metaphor for?
what
Yeah.
what could it be indeed?
That's cute.
Hmm.
But it was giving me very much Nephrite suddenly being like, wait, shit, I have feelings.
Oh no.
Yes.
No.
You know
Yeah.
what? I think I see the Nephrite Naru plotline from the first arc maybe a little
Yeah.
bit more than
Yeah.
I do Mamo and Usagi. Because like kind of the through line of them, even though he's a dickhead at the beginning, and they do kind of look alike, so I see that for sure. Definitely got the dickhead Mamo behavior. The ultimate thing there is that like Usagi and Mamoru are destined to be together, and they have to get over him being such a butthead.
I mean, it really should just be the one person has to get over it.
Yeah.
I'm just relating the story.
I know you're relating the story. I just hate Mama. I hate him.
Friend of the show, Julia, hates Mamoru.
Always.
On our episode outline, there's literally a thing that just says Julia was a hater about Mamoru. Then you add or delete depending on what you have to say.
Did anybody else just see my cat disappear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that Luna?
That's Luna.
Okay.
I see movement. Is that Kitty back there still? Or
I
is
think so, because she was right there.
Maybe directly behind
and then
you.
suddenly vanished. I
Yeah.
noticed that. And I looked away to make sure I killed the spider, and then I looked up and I'm like, where'd the cat go?
I know, I was just like, I looked up because I was looking at Monica, and then I'm like, cat.
Yes.
Which, by the way, I'm so sorry that like you just heard like me like committing like a crime back here while you were talking, Ducky. I'm so sorry, by the way.
Yeah. Like, I hate where, like, Jinu and Rumi start, but I like where they end. I'll say that much. Like, and I didn't clock this initially until we were, like, watching this now, but, like, the lyrics of this song are, like, let's heal from the past and, like, let's move forward together, which is, like, Usagi's, like, whole bit, right? Is, like, every villain that she can possibly, like, redeem, heal, like, whoever's not, like, fully committed to the bit of evil and chaos, she's like, hey bestie, you want a moon healing escalation about it instead of death? Cool, here you go. And I think, like, had Rumi not lied to her homies and had started that battle with them, then perhaps Jinu could have been healed. Who knows?
Wouldn't have been as good.
Yeah.
I feel like dying is an easy out. I feel like that's
I
not
love
like
it when
penance
they
enough.
die.
You need to stay and suffer.
No, I love it when they die. It's so good.
He said he wanted to be free, and he got his wish.
You get it.
I love it when they die. It's so good. Michi 2025.
Let me the caption for this video.
Yeah, that can be our YouTube episode title name. I love it when they die.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Assassination Classroom is my second favorite anime of all time.
Speaking of loving it when they die.
Like I'm just programmed this way, okay?
Ass Class is a hoot.
Ass Class is so much fun.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a hoot.
as someone that loves writing and reading angst, which is probably what I'm gonna do after this, I would love that he died. Just because like that whole scene was just so emotional, and like it gave so much power, and it was just, I love that it didn't end in the and now we kiss. Like that would have pissed me off. That would have pissed me off so much. I really love that we didn't have that. I love that it ended that way, and I love that there was the angst of he's gone, but he's with me internally, ooh, and I have the tiger now and all this stuff. But I don't know. That made me really, really happy. Also, like, when he's first introduced and like he bumps into her and you get that whole slow-mo kind of whatever, it was giving me like K-drama, telenovela, Mamo meeting Usagi in slow motion. That was basically like what I was getting. And then instead of the whole 90s miracle romance, which I've talked about before, I fucking hate it. Anyway, I was just so happy that it ended in this way and that it didn't end in Keith. I would have turned it off there. That would have ruined the whole moment for me.
Rizuki gets it.
Julia also was against them getting together.
It would have like cheapened the fact that like the thing that Rumi needed was like trusting her friends and like coming to terms with herself. It would have made it more like, well, she had to get rescued with this man because man do everything. It's like, this isn't about him.
You know what? That's a perfect segue, actually, because we wanted to talk about the power of female friendship.
The power of friendship.
The power of friendship.
Yeah.
He's like a catalyzing agent for that, right? Of like, he gets burned up in this chemical reaction of like the power of female friendship.
Let's talk about friendship.
Yes.
Friendship.
Let's cue up. Which song do we think best exemplifies this in the movie, because we've been using songs as our examples to discuss these topics. So what is our song for this? How extends the first song we hear them
Yeah,
sing,
how
right?
extensive
Yeah.
when it starts
So
on the
let's do that
plane.
one. Because that's our introduction to them also as a band.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll stop it there to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I was just saying I love the composition of this song. Like it is the most pop song engineered to be a thing that you love track in the whole thing, and it works. It works so well. I'm like, I know that this is designed specifically to make me feel this way, but oh my god, yes!
Yeah.
And then Swords Lily cosplay coming in saying, I love the use of the music video in the movie. It's so relatable knowing you and millions of others are totally watching your favorite artist drop a new single music video.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
And
that K-pop culture we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
yep, and then I know my fellow K-pop people in here will also attest that being part of a giant concert that's like a stadium concert is next level because of being part of a light stick ocean.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like,
I bet the energy
cool.
at those is wild.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Rizuki and Ducky, you guys have both seen big K-pop concerts, right?
Yes. It's like, it's truly infectious. Like, even, like, I like Stray Kids. I am not, like, please do not come for me, K-pop people. I like them a normal amount. But, like, even at, like, the Stray Kids concerts in New York City, like, I was just like, I'm here for a good time and to hang out with my homie. But, like, it's, like, almost impossible not to get, like, swept up in it and like feeling like you're part of something bigger and like more meaningful. And it's like, I know that this is exactly what this is supposed to be doing, but like, it can't
Let's fucking
be.
go.
Right? Like,
Yeah.
they know what they're doing and they're doing it well. All right, any other thoughts before we continue?
Oh, no, keep going.
Oh, the two sides is relatable to magical
Yes.
girls.
Yeah,
Yes.
This video in particular, like, because I watched this, like, I think the day after we watched the R movie. And like the beginning sequence of like, oh yeah, I used to be this, and then we found each other reminded me so much of that like flashback sequence where like Usagi's about to beef it and like all the girlies are like, you're the glue that holds us together, you can't die. Like this reminded me so much of that. Even just like the shading and like the lighting of it, I was like so it scratched that very particular itch.
Mm-hmm.
for us, like for well, not for us, like for Sailor Moon and like others like that, like Sakura or whoever, it's a battle that no one knows about because they're so secretive. With Huntrix, it's like yes, they're secretive, but at the same time, what they're doing is straight up in their lyrics. They're fighting the demons directly on stage, and everyone thinks it's just part of the act, and it's AI and CGI and all this stuff. It's like live and in your face, but no one knows.
Yeah.
And then for Rumi, there's more layers on top of that. But so it's cool to see this other side of magical girls where it is a secret, but it's not like it's a secret that's in your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, very shades of them just transforming in the street in the 90s anime.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or them being the three lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the three lights.
Three
Yeah.
lights.
Yeah, that's a good comparison too. Do you want to pursue that further? I just was like, yes.
Yeah.
Well, the three lights are doing they're serving their own purpose like very out in the open. It's just that nobody like understands what they're doing. That they're just a boy band.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they're
true.
like, yeah, we're trying to find our princess, and everyone's like, oh, that must be me, like the Beatles fans, right?
Yeah.
Like all the girlies are just like, oh, they must be talking about like they want to marry somebody, and it's like, no, legitimately, they're looking for Princess Kaku. You just don't know that. You just don't know that part of it. And they're doing that very out in the open, and they're like, well, we're gonna do all these shows for this end, and also we have to be boys. Don't worry about it. And they're like, sometimes they're like, I think I want to worry about it, and they're like, no, it's fine, it's fine. Like, just understand that we will get more traction as hot boys. And they're like, yeah, okay. I don't know if there's just like a shallower pool for that, or if they were just like, no, this is the move. But in any event, they are doing about the same thing. because the Demon Hunters have also always been like, oh, we will do this end, like, so this gets like as much traction as possible. It's just that other people just don't know what we're doing, like,
Yeah.
say.
It's like an open secret in a different way than like Usagi and like the Inner Senshi and like Sailor V to a degree, right? Like everybody knows Sailor V is like fighting evil and that Sailor Moon is fighting evil and like saving the civilians of Tokyo. Like we all saw the giant crystal structure taking over the city. What the actual flying fuck was that?
Mhm.
And like here's this magical girl to save us. So like they're like the civilians are aware of like the magic. They're not aware of like the identity of like, oh, this is just like a little baby 14-year-old. And like with K-pop Demon Hunters, it's almost like the inverse of that, where like the magical piece of it is like unknown to the normies, but like they're much more famous as like themselves versus like nobody knows who the hell Minako Aino is, but like everybody knows Sailor V.
No, I agree.
Yeah, Lady Campbell said, in any music group out there, no one knows what the hell they go through. So
Yeah.
there's like that element in real life too.
Yeah, and they also say the green room is powerful in a way to hide their true feelings and struggles.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
green room's all about putting on makeup, putting on a face.
Yeah.
Especially since she has a picture of her right behind her. And she's like, ugh, that Rumi.
All right,
Right.
let's hear the rest of the song.
All right.
A little lost in the sauce.
I know, right? I was like, where are we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're on a show. Hello.
I was like, wait, I'm supposed to be talking about this, not just like getting absorbed in the movie.
Golden, I've heard, because I've been watching a bunch of voice people react, apparently it is like torture for singers.
I believe that that's a technically difficult song, and I would love to hear Chaperone do it.
Yeah.
Personally.
Now I want to learn it.
But also, like, I don't know, the Rumi's like mental block of like not being able to do it. It's also really important because that song's about emotional honesty, and she's like, I feel like I'm lying all the time, and that's so fucking important. That's the crux of the whole goddamn like emotional arc she's doing. And like, it's so good. It's so good at analyzing like everything that she's doing without saying a fucking word about it.
Yeah.
Especially with her looking in the mirror, being like, I want to be perceived this way.
It's showing you.
Yes.
You know when the cliche of like show don't tell.
Show don't tell.
Yeah, it's showing you.
They're doing it so beautifully.
A master class in showing instead of telling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice visual storytelling, and also like saying what you mean through poetry in a way that is like really nice.
I'm gonna go there. It
Go there.
reminds me of old Disney.
Yes.
Back when it was really good in like the Renaissance.
Yeah, well, those good Disney movies use musical structure to tell those cool stories. That's why they're so good.
Yeah.
And this is using the same musical structure to tell the stories, just instead of a musical number, the musical number is a K-pop song. Much to the relief of parents everywhere.
They're like, I swear to God, if I have to hear Let It Go one more time.
Like, I was like, they've done parents such a favor because all the little kids who are going to want to listen to Golden 80,000 times, that song's going to stay good for a long time.
And this song's a freaking bop.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I know playing any song a million times like children like to do gets annoying, but like, I feel like the time before you get annoyed by like Golden is much longer than you would another musical, like a goofy musical number from a kid's movie that's like kind of annoying, but your child loves it and you're going to hear it 10,000 times. You know what I mean?
I do not want to build a snowman. Do not
want to build a snowman.
I think Golden is great. I love the costuming is also great. Very, very magical.
Mm-hmm. A lot of interesting use of color too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So I guess the next gang song is Takedown.
It's also really interesting that Rumi's hair is purple now that her marks are always purple.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of her color whether or not she wants it to be.
Yeah.
So that there's also an interesting talk to have there, I suppose, with just like what color tells you. And it's like there's so much to dive into again with like how intentional literally every facet of this movie is. Like it was in production for 7 years and they had time to be like, you know what?
It's thoughtful.
What image color are we going to make? Yeah. No.
Yeah, it's thoughtful. I don't know the like thoughtful all ages media that thoughtful I haven't seen in a while.
What a scene so far.
It's also really interesting that everyone takes this really seriously as them like having like a band breakup and like not part of the song. Whereas like demons are literally in the audience and they're like throwing shit at them and they're like, oh, this is cool. This is part of the show. But like this is not, which is also like, I don't know why that is the internal logic.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but as a K-pop fan, I would totally be like, yeah, this is totally part of the show.
Yeah, I would just assume that this is part of it.
Yeah, the bands that we have watched do a lot of murdering each other in their music videos sometimes. So like,
Hi, Red Velvet.
Hi, Red Velvet. Yeah, like if Red Velvet did this and then they started murdering each other on stage, we'd be like, yay, they're so silly.
Yeah.
We love Red Velvet.
We do love Red Velvet, and the Red Velvet are silly Billies who like murder and morbid stuff.
It's so quirky.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Those girly things.
I really liked also how like the thing why Rumi didn't want to sing Take Down was because she was like professing self-hatred and like,
and also it kind of like she started to understand that like demons were like people, or they used to be people, and she feels like pathos for them. Like she's like, oh, I don't want to kill people. Like, wait a minute, what do you mean we're the bad guys?
It would be like spreading hate against the thing she's supposed to be opposed to, but she is also, and then it would be seeing her friends double down on hatred of herself, which wouldn't be true, but they would go along with it because they don't know, right?
Right.
And the reason it doesn't work is because it's directed back on her. She's directing the hatred back on herself, and that I like that's the thing that she's insecure about. And when it doesn't, the song she thought was going to bite her in the ass does in fact do so.
Yeah, but not the way that she thought it was going to bite her in the ass.
She thought it was. Yeah. It's just, I don't know, it was a good narrative beat for her to be bitten in the ass by the song she thought was going to bite her in the ass.
Especially that she like specifically chose it to be like, no, I don't think this is the way that we want to go. I don't think this is the message we want to send. I think that song's maybe too mean. I think we did it too well. And I feel like that will make me unredeemable, and I don't want to face that one. And then basically having her worst fear realized is like, oh man, it's just an emotional sock.
Any other thoughts before we continue?
No, we're good.
I love that, oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Like this bit in particular, like where the like demon versions of her friends are telling her like what she's afraid her friends will think of her, and like what she's afraid, like, you know, all of her worst fears essentially. And then like when her friends actually pull up at the end, they're more pissed that she didn't tell them than like anything else, and like, oh, you're colluding with Genu, what the hell. But like they're not telling her like, oh, you're like whatever it is that fake Zoe and Mira are about to like whisper in her little ear. I just thought
it could be that they would think people could become demons.
Yeah, they don't know what happened to her. All they see is something bad happened to her. Like she's looking and behaving oddly, right? So, you know, I mean, like the framing does a great job of making you feel at first immediately assume what Rumi assumes, which is that they're recoiling in fear of her. You know, the framing wants you to feel what Rumi is feeling. And so we see them recoil in fear, and our first assumption, because we've had everything framed from Rumi's stress, that her friends would betray her, that they would recoil in fear from her. And then, like you pointed out, if you think about it for a second, they just think something bad happened to their friend. And like in that,
they're just like, wow, there's a lot of bad happening right now. We have to process this.
Yeah, and that's like, I don't know, a good,
but
they've written well, right? Like, it's making a point. Anyway, I think magical girl shows are also really good at making similar points. Teaching, like the one of the tropes is like there's that one great second season episode where Sailor Mercury is fighting the monster and it's using an illusion power and making her hear all her friends say nasty shit to her.
Like, same concept.
The message, at least the message here, is that Ami is like too iron-willed for that. She's like, nope, I know that my friends would never say those mean things to me, right? Like, and that's sort of the same message, just more symbolic. And
Uno reversed here, and like I think that like plays into the role of like shame within this narrative versus Sailor Moon, where like Sailor Moon is very like shamelessly own your shit.
Yes.
Because then it can't be used against you. And because like all of the girls know each other's like worst aspects or whatever, like they're like, yeah, whatever. Like my friends already know. Like this is old news. Like you can't like this isn't a gotcha moment. Whereas I think with like Kpop Demon Hunters, it's about like all of these things that they're like hiding from one another, right? Like the confrontation following this, or like there's like some bit where like Rumi pops off and says something like really nasty to both of them. It's like it's not always about you, or like something.
Oh
around
yeah, Demira, it's not always about your insecurities.
insecurities. Yeah, you know, where like they're hiding so much from one another, and they're like not able to like share these weaknesses because of their training, because Celine's like anything that's not flawless must be hidden, and that
Suppress your
gets
emotions.
weaponized.
Yeah, I think it's tough because for Rumi, like to piggyback off what you were saying, Celine's told them for so long, like keep whatever is not flawless, whatever is not perfect, don't say it, don't share it, don't it's not, it's just keep it to yourself. And even when Rumi told her, oh, I think I can tell them, I think I can share it with them, I think I can tell Zoe and Mira like what's happening, Celine flat out tells her no, they won't understand, you're wrong. And then takedown happens and Rumi's just like, well, she was right, like they don't understand, this just happened. And it's just kind of almost like Takedown wasn't the right song. Every single insecurity she had just basically came true.
No, you're right. Like it's literally her worst nightmare.
Yeah.
And I love the little details, like her braid starting to become undone.
But it means we only have one more song, right?
Yeah.
Which is a little bit of a topic change because the last one's Your Idol, which is the villain song.
Yeah,
It's
so I'm
so
like, do
good.
we wanna
I mean, we have like 15, 20 minutes left, so we may as well finish the soundtrack.
finish
Yeah,
the
why don't we
soundtrack
just
first.
finish the soundtrack? Because the music's kind of the central storytelling point. So we have all kinds of comparisons. We've been using the songs to make the comparisons, so we may as well finish the soundtrack.
For my K-pop fans out there, I say this song was written by Hypen, produced by Stray Kids, and performed by ATEEZ.
Yeah, I was like, if you don't think this is before my 80s, you're wrong.
Right. All right, let's watch it.
Instead of 9 of the most beautiful men, it's only 5.
Only on Netflix. Oh, so Lady Choppa says your pain going viral is pretty cutthroat, but honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like if we're looking at the Sasha Boys and like kind of this weaponization of shame, like them and like the rest of like the demons, it's bringing to mind like Wise Man with Chibiusa and
Wicked Lady?
yeah, thank you. Like, that girl.
Like her.
Daddy issues.
Yeah.
There's also a parallel for like Rubius and like how he treats like
Yes.
the sisters that he employs, whose names I don't remember. Like
Yeah,
yeah. I was like, I don't remember their little group name. But like that's kind of the same way that I think that relationship works with the Sasha Blaze versus like Rima. Like I'm like, all right, well, like yeah, I'm in charge, but like you get to like do my dirty work and like congratulations for you. And they're like, oh, okay. The same kind of messaging where he's mansplained, male wife manipulating all the way down. Like,
yeah. Something I didn't get a chance to say before. Yeah. I wanted to just quickly say, and I'll be fast with it. I appreciate when we were talking before in regards to like Jinu. With him, I appreciate that he was a part of the story, of course, but I like that he was a plot point to really focus on Rumi's insecurities with herself and with her girls to make her thoughts about herself stronger and her friendship and her connection with the girls stronger. So yes, he was your typical BTS versus Blackpink kind of happening here, and he was your typical Naru Nephrite kind of relationship thing happening. But at the same time, if it wasn't for him coming up with this plan and him doing all of this, would Rumi have been able to fully accept herself and her patterns? Would she have ever told them? Would this have happened? Would they have gotten would any of this have happened? Or would she have continued going down this path and they would have had to take an indefinite hiatus and she never got her voice back? Like, without meaning to, he saved her and saved their friendship and made it stronger than it was before, so that they could be the friends that they were, but deeper. Like they
Yeah.
can go to, they can go do things now. They can
They
go
can go to
enjoy.
the
They
bathhouse.
can go to the onsen together. Like they can be closer friends without those secrets and those lies, either to themselves or to each other. So I think it was a really, really good, I don't want to say plot point, but plot point for her to
Yeah, he's
have.
a catalyst,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a springboard.
He's like what a lot of like action movies do for like the female
to the
love
women.
interest.
Yeah.
And like he gets fridge so that she can have character development, and I love that.
He didn't quite get fridged. It's not quite. They're not quite up to that level of like feminism, but like
Yeah.
or just female equality, I should say. Not quite
Yeah.
feminism.
It's Mario
but it's
using
feminist
Yoshi to
feeling.
jump to the next
Just killing.
platform.
Yeah.
That's all. She just jumped off of him and then he dies and he goes to the next platform. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lady Jap also says Korean culture was beautifully represented from the fashion, the history, and the music industry as a whole. Yeah, I think this is a very Korean movie.
Yeah, and as somebody who's been to South Korea, like it was really cool to see all of the little touches that they put in the movie and all of the, especially like the traditional things, like how the Saja boys were dressed as like a traditional, I think it's traditional Grim Reaper, somebody said.
Mhm.
And
They're kind of dressed like statesmen. Like you like to get that specific like hat, you have to pass an exam for it. It's a whole thing, but like they are supposed to be like kind of a Grim Reaper, and like Saja is the second character in like the Korean like term for that. The first word I do not remember.
yeah, but I thought it was really cool, and like even like the area they were in where they had the hanbok out was really cool to see.
Mhm.
And they also like each girl in Huntrix also has their like little charms, which are really specific, and they're really like they're very specific and personal charms. And like someone shared a picture of like a close up of like all three of them like put together, and it was really interesting to see that. And about how like culturally significant those things are. I'm not gonna speak on it anymore because I don't know anything else. But it is important, and like that's a really thoughtful thing that they decided to do. And it's not something they put like a magnifying glass on, but it is really important. It's a really cool thing to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like if you know sort of stuff. Like like I'm like, I know there's gotta be cultural significance of goddamn weapons. So I went spelunking. And like Rumi's sword is like a 4-tiger sword, which is like forged in the hour on the day of the month of the year of the tiger, and like is supposed to be like super powerful and like for like wielded by like kings of yore and in like rituals for Korean shamans, and like same thing with like Zoe's knives. They're like for spiritual cleansing rather than like stabby of like cutting away like bad energy. And then Mira's moonstaff is moonstaff. Hee. We got another moon connection. But like that and like the Ginzui show and Sailor Moon and like, okay, yes, hello, like we are making this nod to Japanese myth, and like it's a good jumping in point for people to like get like to learn more about the culture of like, ooh, I wonder what the significance of this is. Like, let me go find out more about that. Or like, oh, I saw this article online saying that this is important, I guess. Like, let's, it's like through this medium of fandom that you like gain appreciation for the culture that this is from.
Like, Sailor Moon is also very Japanese.
Yeah.
Like, it's very Japanese, actually. Like, it's really steeped in Japanese culture and mythology, and like a Shinto priestess is a major character.
Yeah,
like,
you couldn't tell that story in literally
anywhere
other place.
else. Yeah.
Right.
Like, it always annoyed me that the Deke dub didn't bring the element of religiosity to Rey's character. Like, didn't make her like a minister's kid. Don't ask about her outfit. She's the pastor's daughter. Don't ask about her outfit. You're a hammer follow.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's so central. Like it takes place in a very specific region of Japan. Similarly, I think they're like from these cultures and make embody them in a really good way.
No, and it definitely did a good job of showing the aspect of an extraordinary life within an ordinary setting.
Yeah, I like those kind of stories.
Mm-hmm. All right. Any last thoughts?
Movie good. Go watch it if you haven't
Yeah.
already.
Go watch it
So,
again.
again.
Yeah, go watch it
Go
again.
watch it again. Yeah.
It's really good. Tell Netflix to make more shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be like, please pay artists. Please let them do
Please.
cool original works. It's really great when they do.
Yeah.
Put more
Things I
work
want
into
a
the things that
sequel
you
for.
do.
Things I want more content of. Things I want a prequel for.
Mhm.
Not another remake of the same thing. Please, Netflix, I beg. I beg.
There are certain things I'd love to know more about. Like, I'd love to know more about the Sunshine Sisters and more about Rumi's mom and Celine and why Celine had the mindset that she did to tell Rumi all of that. I would love to know more about Zoe and Mira's backgrounds. Zoe, my husband pointed it out to me earlier. During how it's done, Zoe like does like this whole like boxing stance, and she's the one that has like the most close up like weapon. So I would love to know more about like, okay, how did, like, the weapons are clearly chosen to each girl. How did
Mhm.
this get chosen? What are their backgrounds with fighting and everything? I'd love to know more about that. I would love to know more about Mira and Zoe, period. I don't want them to get the Yatin and Taiki treatment.
Mhm.
Talk to me about the Starlights and Huntrix. I didn't
Look,
get
there's
to it at all,
there's
so-
a worst Starlight. We know who it is.
Not in my world, baby. I mean, even in the golden outfit, like they like Rumi's outfit has like the little cross with the thing in the middle. Like, I could talk
Yeah.
about, but anyway, I would love to know more about that. I would love to know more about how did Celine pick Zoe and Mira. I would just love to know more about that. Also, the last thing, and then continue. I would love to know who were the other four. Like, we know who Genu is. We know Genu's
Yeah.
background. He got the Seiya treatment. Okay, great. Tell me more about the other four. Like, where'd
Yeah.
they come from? Were they his friends? Did they also have bad backgrounds? Do we care? I care. I would just like to know more.
I really want to know
Yes.
more about
Rumi's
Rumi's
dad.
mom. I don't really give a fuck about Rumi's dad. I'm gonna be real honest with you. Like,
Yeah.
I do.
so like not
I
to be
do.
like mean and say that you can't care about it because you totally can. I really want to know about how Rumi feels about kind of continuing the legacy of like also kind of falling in love with a demon on accident. Whoopsie daisies.
Yeah.
I really want that like emotional like the mommy issues to come out. I really would love to sink my teeth into
Yeah.
that.
Also,
Especially
like,
since
what
we don't
happened
know
to the other,
about
like,
it.
Sunshine Sister? Like, why is Celine the only one, like, raising these babies?
Yeah, what happened to the other two? Yeah.
Yeah, like, Rumi's
We know
mom's
Rumi's
dead,
mom
but, like,
died, but we don't know when exactly.
Yeah.
We know Rumi's mom's out of the picture. We know where
Yeah.
Celine is. What happened to the third one?
Right.
Where's she at?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one with the hair with the I think she's
Yeah.
in buttons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Zoe of the
Yeah.
previous one.
Yeah.
Where's she at?
Yeah.
What's her deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Ninja Master 551 coming in saying Sony Picture Animation is easily the most interesting American animation studio working right now. Disney really needs to up their game if they don't want to fall into irrelevancy.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Innovate. Innovate or die.
Yeah, Disney's not been really doing that, or at least not like the things that are really innovative. They haven't really been funding, and
Yeah.
like even if it is innovative and they do like they're like we have a project. They're like,
Yeah.
oh well, if anybody says anything negative about it because we don't really want to fund it, we'll just not do it anymore. Like they soft canceled the Acolyte, and I think that's perhaps one of the best Star Wars things they've ever made.
Yeah.
And they were like, nah, people said some racist stuff online, so we're not gonna fund it anymore. And I was like, that's so cool of you. That's so cool. I love that. Thank you.
Mhm.
I don't have an opinion about that.
All right, shall we
You
end
should
the
watch
episode?
Yeah. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
All right.
We good for
Well,
are we
Ninja
good for
Master stuff.
outro? Are there any
Reminder,
for
Disney
outro.
has lost the Best Animation Feature Oscar 3 years in a row. Yeah.
And
It
this
sounds
year, they're
funny.
gonna definitely lose.
Yeah.
Oh, for
And
sure.
original stories are in. I'm so happy for this, actually.
One-
Okay.
1000%. Okay, so with that, we've come to the end of our show. We've got some more awesome topics lined up for the rest of season 4, but next month, Eternal Mooncast will be off. The show will return in September with co-hosts Michi and Fancy Ducky. The special guest will be OMG It's Bari, and the topic will be about Sailor Moon and cosplay. Shoujo Senshi Summer Party is reviewing Sailor Moon the R movie on August 30th. We hope some of you will join along for the next stream and share your thoughts too. I've been your co-host, Rizuki. Hi. Yeah, you can find me mostly on Threads and Instagram just as Rizuki, and that's mostly it. I mean, I stopped using Blue Sky, so you can get rid of that. And Twitch,
Oh, okay.
I realized that now. And Twitch, I'll be back eventually, one day in my life.
We believe in the dream.
Right. Well, we are so glad we could bring you this month's episode. If you enjoyed the show tonight and want to see more, please follow us on our socials. All of those links are in the link tree in our description. Previous episodes of Eternal Mooncast are available on YouTube. Remember to subscribe and think about hitting that bell to receive our notifications. It would really help YouTube to make sure we can keep growing our little community by telling the algorithm that people like us. And people like us. You guys keep showing up. So, do the thing. I've been your co-host, Monica. Make those socials of mine appear on the screen. Okay. All right. Ducky?
Hell yeah. In addition to Eternal Mooncast, you can also find episodes of our sister show, Bishoujo Senshi Slumber Party, on BSSP. We are currently rewatching the original 90s English dub, Cloverway and Deke, of Sailor Moon and reacting to that. For our watch-along reactions, they're available on our Patreon for the low price of free. And we get together every month for a live stream discussion where we talk about what worked, what didn't, which monster of the week we'd smash or pass on. Thank you so much for tuning in and sticking with us to the end. I've been your co-host, Ducky. And you can follow me in these places.
And as always, I've been your host, Michi. You can find my socials at MEW21, some_cosplay. For myself and a bunch of friends over at Kpop Voyage, you can find Kpop Reactions. We're actually going to do an album review of Kpop Demon Hunters. So that's going to be fun. So likes, comments, follows, or however you'd like to support Eternal Mooncast in your own way, we appreciate. We love reading all your comments on YouTube. As a quick reminder, these have just been our personal opinions, and we celebrate all respectful Mooney opinions here. We're working hard on the show to be a place for Moonies to come together to discuss their theories from their love and passion for Sailor Moon. Remember, as Usagi once said, comic books are my only means of survival.
So true.
Good
So
night.
true.
I don't know why you let me pick.
It's hilarious. That's why.